They're coming to get you, Diddy. Bad boy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Does anybody else keep hearing that song playing in your head anytime new news drops about Diddy? Because this has been just ongoing. I don't know if it's that or the fact that Bad Boys 2 is coming out, but I just keep hearing that song anytime I see Diddy in the news because they are coming for him. The feds are being really, really strategic about how they are going to finally get Diddy on something. So just about an hour ago, CNN dropped an article that says a federal grand jury may soon hear from Diddy accusers. Now, that is a huge development in this case because that means that the feds have actually move forward into the next phase of their investigation. They're no longer trying to gather evidence to prove this or to prove that. They actually are saying, look, we have evidence. We have witness testimony. We have the accuser's testimony. We have everything we need to sit before a federal grand jury and say, hey, this is probable cause and you need to indict. So they are basically saying they have the evidence, and we know that they have evidence because of that new video that was released last week with Cassie and Diddy in the hotel. But they're also saying that they have even more video, and this time the video that they have is actually from inside Puffy's house. So they have video that of what actually went on in his house. They are talking to witnesses who have said that they were informed that they were on tape doing something, and that Diddy was using that against them or was holding that against them. They actually have video from inside Diddy's house. Now, they are using this video to corroborate the testimony of some of the accusers that are coming forward. They said that there's one new person, so this is outside of the lawsuits that have already been filed, the 8 lawsuits that Diddy's been named in. There is another new person who has come forward. This person is a male worker, and he has been telling them things, and the feds have been able to verify that he actually was there because they looked on this video and there he was. He's actually on the video inside Diddy's house. So they're using this video to corroborate those witnesses, accusers who are coming forward. They are saying that they have actually been calling some of the accusers from the lawsuits, letting them know that they may be called to testify before a grand jury. And it's really interesting because normally with the way grand juries work is it's completely secret. You don't know beforehand that a grand jury has been impaneled for a particular situation or person. You just know after the charges have been filed. If they vote true bill or no bill, you know that that's a grand jury had occurred after it's done. You don't know beforehand. So this is part of their strategy, I believe. They are trying to get him one way or the other, because either they're going to try to see if Diddy is going to pay off as many accusers as he can, so that when they are, or if they are called before the grand jury, then they won't have the same things to say anymore. Or maybe they are trying to see what Diddy does to skate on these charges. Try to see if he may try to tamper in some way, shape, or form with the grand jury. Now, even though their identities are secret, the fact that they have let people know that they will be possibly impaneling a grand jury it gives somebody the opportunity to make some moves, instead of them keeping that tucked away in private. So, and we know Diddy, there have been multiple times when Diddy has been investigated for various things, but he's always managed to slip right through their web. But this time, they're going to try to get him any way they can. Like, how have you been slipping through? Let's see. What are you going to do now that you know there's a grand jury coming? What are you going to do? Or are they going to get rid of all the funds that you have so that even, let's say that all of a sudden there's no accusers testify, they have him on something else now and he has no money to fight it. So they are really, really, really coming after Diddy. Diddy is done. So with this investigation that Homeland Security launched back in March, probably before March, but they let us all know that it was back in March that they were actually investigating him for sex trafficking. They said that they have actually expanded the investigation. So it's not just that, but it's also possibly substance charges and money laundering. And now the other thing that Homeland Security usually investigates is it's not just the trafficking, it's also other organized criminal activity. So you know what that means. It's one of their favorite keywords to use these days. If they can't get them on one thing, one specific charge, then they combine them all and you get RICO. So there is a possibility. They haven't said that yet, but that is something else that Homeland Security usually investigates, RICO charges. So there is a possibility with, you know, the trafficking charges that they can actually, since Diddy has been all over the world, it's a possibility that they may actually roll all of those into RICO charges as well. They are really pressing full speed ahead. They said that there's also, in addition to that video that they have from inside Combs' house, they said that the accusers have actually been coming forward with evidence of their own. So we know, we just recently heard about this one accuser who actually had saved the clothes from that particular incident that she is suing for, put them in a plastic bag, put them in her closet, left them there for 20 years. So they're coming forward with evidence like that. There's probably even more video. There's probably old photographs that they're using. They are bringing in not only the accusers but also corroborating witnesses. So they are bringing in somebody who can back up what the accuser is saying. They are really trying to dot every I and cross every T to make sure that they leave no stone unturned, that Diddy actually is done. They are definitely trying to make sure of that. And it's very interesting because here's another part of the strategy. They have been releasing like these things in stages. They've been like 1-2 punches, try to see or to provoke a response to see what Diddy's next move is. So we had right when they were doing the raid back at the end of March, they went forward and announced as the raid was ongoing what was happening. And Diddy was on his way to vacation with his daughters, and they wanted to see, okay, what is he going to try to do? So, you know, you had those articles coming out, oh, he's fleeing, he's doing this, he's doing that. They are trying to provoke a response to get Diddy to make a mistake or to get Diddy to show his hand. So they did that with the raid. Then the next thing you know, they released this Cassie video, and this was really strategic too, because of course, as they've been going about saying, they can't charge because of the statute of limitations on that video. But everybody and their mama has seen that video, which means that if they do impanel this grand jury, guess what? Guess who's going to be believed more likely than not? It's going to be the accusers, because we already know for a fact, based on that video, that Diddy's a liar. So if you're going to choose to believe someone, why don't you choose to believe the people who we don't have video caught lying? Basically, we don't have them being caught lying on video. So they have been very strategic. And in addition to this news dropping this morning, yesterday Rolling Stones dropped an article where they have interviewed at least 50 of Diddy's friends, his former friends, former associates, and they are spilling everything that they can on this man. They're telling about all of the things that, the accusations that we know about, and how it wasn't just the one girl or two girl or the 8 girls that we know about. They were ex-girlfriends when he was in college that he pulled out of her dorm room and, went upside her head, hands and feet, all that things. And they actually have witnesses saying they saw this and they tried to stop it, but they couldn't stop it. They have other people coming forward that said that after Biggie was taken, Rolling Stones had reached out to Diddy saying they want Biggie on the cover of Rolling Stones. Now, the sources are saying that Diddy said no. Biggie gone. He's the one that's dropping a new album. He needs to be on the cover of Rolling Stones. Diddy needs to be on that cover, not Biggie. So they are putting all of this information out so that when that grand jury is impaneled, they're going to be looking, they're going to have all this stuff fresh in their mind. Oh, he lied. We saw him on that video. We seen that you did from that movie, The Brave One with Terrence Howard. I saw that you did. That's what they're doing. They're putting all this into people's mind. Keep it forefront in your mind, because we're going to be bringing some stuff. You're going to have to tell us, hey, is this enough probable cause? We got to get this man off the streets, okay? So they are being really strategic. So Diddy's done. And that's all there is to say about that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for watching.